and I may or may not have finally fixed my stupid microphone. I don't know. Alright, so we're gonna play this cute little fan game. I assume it's cute. I do like the artist's art, so without further ado, let's go for it. It is called After Hours. It is by Snowy Ray. I think that's exactly who it was, I think. Hold on, let me double check. I feel like an idiot. I may or may not have mispronounced the name. Hold on. Just making sure I got the right name. Yes. Snowy Ray. Okay, cool. Anyways, let's go. Oh, okay. I like the, first of all, the aesthetics. Second of all, the sweet, adorable fucking music. Oh, not her. Get the hell out of here. Oh my god, no. It's just like any other manager. How long was I asleep at this table? Lowering my arm, I have a small toolbox in front of me, and my phone is resting where I had my head laid down. Oops. Its shape is probably imprinted onto my face right now. Yeah, I've been there. Good Lord, Damien, when was the last time you slept? Oh, that is such a funny question. That one seems more accurate. Probably a week ago. No, you don't understand. You don't understand. That is so true. Vanessa walks off as I stand up and stretch, feeling my joints pop when I raise my arms above my head. Oh wait, hold on. I didn't correct the color here. Correct my color. Because I've got fucking flex going on. Flux. Sorry, I need my night-night lights. Deciding not to waste any more time, I pick up my toolbox and phone before heading through the massive doors leading into the daycare. Bitch, where the fuck was I sleeping? Where the fuck? The daycare's bright lights and rainbow colors are practically blinding compared to the rest of the Pizzaplex. Yeah, bitch, they sure fucking are. Or maybe I just haven't fully woken up yet. I mean, time to get this over with. I open up a panel behind the desk and cringe at the mess of wires in the wall. As much as I wish I could, I can't rush through this. I'll have to deal with each generator one at a time. Whatever, if it means I get to go to sleep sooner, I'll do it. Hells yeah! Click the end of each cable in the correct order to proceed. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. Okay, so it's one of those. Hi. There you go. 2. I always like these kinds of games. 3. And then you're 4. Standing back up, I stretch again, palms on my back as I let out a tired sigh. Really? You had to bring me out of bed for that shit? That is, until I hear the faint sound of what I think are gears and other mechanical bits turning, followed by something landing in the ball pit near the back. I'm pretty sure it's just the daycare attendant. After all, they should be the only other thing in here, and the small stage leading into their room is directly above the ball pit. Not that I know a lot about them, the staff hasn't said much. And since I'm still new here, I haven't met them yet. Nor have I met the other animatronics like the Glamrocks or DJ. Bitch, what the fuck? How long have I been here? And I ain't seen nobody. Most of the robots I've gotten acquainted with have been the staff bots all over the building. Okay. That's fine. I start walking to the ball pit, scanning it for signs of movement as I stand on the edge. That is until... Jump scare! Something or someone jumps up in front of me and I'm suddenly lifted off the ground. Yeah, that seems... yeah. Before I can even answer, I notice his eyes turn a light blue color, scanning me. Oh, okay, fine. I'm stunned into silence, staring at the robot in front of me as he steps out of the ball pit, holding me from underneath my arms as if I weighed nothing. That's cool. Oh, that's so fun! It's not every day I get to see a new member of staff here. Gets pretty empty when the kids all go home, you know. I can't do any voices, shut the fuck. I'll definitely have to get used to how energetic this guy seems. He finally sets me back down, making sure I'm able to stand on both feet before letting me go. Oh, what? Do you think I injured myself just walking over, man? Thanks, and yeah, I'm new here. Just finishing up my first week, actually. And I still haven't met anybody? What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Ooh, and how's that been? Good, I hope. Yeah, it's gone pretty smoothly so far, except for the part where I haven't met a single fucking person for some reason. I start walking back to the desk, but the tall robot decides to follow me. Sure, why not? By the way, could you tell me your preferred name? My name's Sun, but people come up with all sorts of nicknames. Like Sunny, Sunray, Sundew. Some of the kids even call me Sundrop, like the candy. Oh. Not gonna lie, I thought your name was Sundrop until now. Oh, that's fine. A lot of people do that, and the name kind of stuck over time, which is fine by me. Cool. My preferred name is Damien, by the way. Well, it's great to meet you, Damien. I can't help but smile a bit. But duty calls, so I make my way to one of the computers on the desks. I can faintly see his face reflected on the screen as he watches what I'm doing. What you need the light off for? I had to test all of the generators in here to make sure they're working. Whoever messed with them last time left them in a mess, so I'll have to do it one at a time. Uh-huh. Considering how wordy he's been so far, such a short answer tells me something's up. Then again, I just met the guy. I could be overanalyzing. No, I just noticed how tired you look, that's all. Oh, I'll be right back. Gonna get something for you. Like, okay, what? Why? Just something to help carry you through the night. Judging by how many wires and generators you have to deal with, I have a feeling you might be here for a while. Bitch? Fair enough. Sun smiles before walking off somewhere. Carry me through the night? I put in the command to turn off the power in the daycare. The music once playing from the speakers on the ceiling comes to a halt, silence blanketing over the massive daycare as the computer screens become my only light source. Y'all hear that? Removing my flashlight from my belt, I turn it on as I start making my way towards the play structures, since that's where the generators are located for some reason. You know, a lot of people comment on that, but I feel like that the reason is literally so that the kids can access them. Which, okay, I know sounds stupid, but think about it like this. Like, they thought Moon was super duper dangerous. And I guess he was kind of broken. But they thought he was super dangerous, so who better to have access to the generators than the kids who could be in danger if the power were to go out, you know? Now, of course, that makes it really inconvenient for any adults, but as long as you're an employee, I'm sure you're fine? Question mark? It's eerily quiet as I try finding the structure with the first generator. Sorry, I've been having weird breathing. The lack of true ambience forces my footsteps to echo. The glowing red light of one of the generators enters my sight, so I continue on. Somewhere above me, I hear gears turning. Ooh. Yeah, me too, man. I shine my flashlight toward the ceiling, only to see nothing there. Sun? I flinch at the noise, frantically shining my light to see what's there. Oh boy, there was a giggle. That didn't sound like Sun. Sun, are you there? Oh, okay. That was an actual jump scare, sort of, but not really, but still. I dropped my flashlight and I'm sitting on the ground after stumbling back from being startled. Yeah, that sounds about right. I would do that. Look at the big bow! In front of me is the robot I've seen on the Moondrop posters, giggling hysterically. Yeah, that's a typical reaction. He seems proud of himself. I sigh, pick up my flashlight, and get back up to continue what I was doing. Well, if I wasn't awake before, I definitely am now. He finally stops laughing after I say that. He makes a noise that sounds like he's clearing his throat before he starts to follow me. Ha! Sorry for the scare. I couldn't help myself. I just hate speaking for them. It just does not sound right. But it also sounds weird for there to be no fucking noise. Sure. I take the first path into the play structures I see, hoping to find the first generator sooner rather than later. You're going the wrong way. Am I? I turn around and he has his arms crossed as he leans against a structure. Oh, he looks unimpressed. Yep, I could lead you to the generator if that would make you feel better. I think about it for a second. If this guy's anything like Sun, hopefully he actually means what he says. Oh no, son of a bitch. Fine. I crawl back out of the structure and he starts leading me to a different path. He clearly knows his way around since we find the generator rather easily. There you go. He sits beside me as I go to turn it on, his glowing red eyes watching me as I do my job. Now do you see why I like this person's art? Look at that. Maybe it's just me, but don't you think those red eyes are kind of intimidating for a daycare attendant? Yes, I've been told that before. It was a bug that made them look like this, but that's been resolved. The red eyes stuck, but they're not hurting anyone. Yeah, fair. Fair enough. The red does look kind of cool with the blue and white. Why, thank you. I roll my eyes, a faint smile on my face. Now that I think about it, I never told you my name, did I? I already know. It's Damien. Oh, did Sun tell you? In a way, we're technically the same. What does that mean? We are the same body, I mean. Sunny can still see and hear everything that's going on as we speak. Huh. So he was in on the prank too? No, he's still lecturing me for it. Serves you right. I was just messing with you, but if you want, I won't do it again. For now. Don't. Moon laughs a bit, leaning back against the wall of the structure. I do think you should continue with that job of yours, though. Right. Right on it. Focusing back on the generator, I flip the switch and watch as the red light on the device turns green. Well, looks like that works. I flip it again before making my way back out of the structure, and I hear Moon following close behind. Standing up straight, I attach my flashlight to my belt before stretching my arms above my head. I sigh, arms dropping back down to my sides, as I go to turn the lights on from the desk. I hear the lights turn back on and the music of the daycare starts playing as I turn around and flinch at the sight of Sun already there, smiling brightly. Hello again. Hey, so you two just switch out whenever you need to? Nope, it depends on whether the lights are on or not. I'm in charge when the lights are on, and Mooney is in charge when they're off. I still don't like that he decided to scare you, though. Weirdly enough, the sight of him irritated with his arms crossed is weirdly endearing. Hey, don't worry about it. I'm over it. Sun just pouts, turning his head away from me. I smile at the sight. Why do they keep the generators in there anyway? Oh shit, I was just talking about that. Don't you think it would be kind of dangerous to keep the generators in place kids would be playing in? Well, that's just a temporary thing. They've been kind of out of commission. So thankfully they couldn't hurt anyone anyway. And when exactly are these things getting moved? Sun looks like he's about to respond, but goes silent for a minute. I can literally hear the gears turning in his head. He just shrugs. Well, isn't that reassuring? I turn back to the desk so I can keep track of my progress. On it is a short checklist to keep track of how each generator is working. I start looking around for a pin. Ah! I've seen those before! When Sun sticks out... Sorry, fuck. When Sun sticks his hand in front of my face, holding one with a cute little dinosaur on the cap. I've literally... I gave my boss one of those. Here you go. I smile at the gesture, taking the pin so I can mark my progress. Thanks. Alright, here we go again. I go back to the cables, sighing at the tangled mess I still have to deal with. Bitch, didn't I just do this? What the fuck? Okay. So there's one for each. Alright, fine. I kind of thought it was... You know what? I don't remember how many generators there are, so I don't know why I thought. Stand up and look at my work. Time to do it all again, I guess. As I go to turn the light off again, I hear music blasting from somewhere else. Which is weird, since usually the radio is off when the Pizzaplex is closed for the night. Any idea what that music is? That's the DJ! He makes his own music, so it's not out of the ordinary to hear it during the night when everyone's gone home. I'd love to be friends with him, but I'm too busy to leave this place most of the time. Really? Yep. When was the last time you've left this place? Okay, well, technically I've never left. But every hour when the power gets rerouted, Mooney goes on patrol around the Pizzaplex to make sure we don't get any intruders. He says the DJ makes for good company. I rub my eyes, feeling my lack of sleep catching up with me again. The stress of a new job is really taking a toll on my sleep schedule, I think. Intruders? Mostly just robbers or little punks that don't know any better. Usually Moon's been able to catch them before they get far. I let out a yawn as I go back to my computer. That's cool. Switching the lights off, the daycare again descends into mostly silence. I hear gears whirring behind me as Moon hums slightly. Still tired, Damien? Yeah, I thought so. I hear Moon step away for a minute. Yawning again, I take my flashlight off my belt as I start to approach the play structures, stopping once I'm a few feet away from the desk. I wait for Mune. That's his persona's name, Mune. I wait for Moon to come back, since I have a feeling I'll get lost if he doesn't help me with finding the other generators. Hearing the sound of gears whirring above me, I point my flashlight towards the ceiling. He's easier to find this time, probably because he's not trying to startle me again. He lowers himself to the floor, a long cable hooked onto his back from the ceiling. So that's how he flies around the place. There you are. Here, take this. He holds out an already opened soda can for me to take. Ooh, grape flavored fizzy fizz, to be specific. Oh yeah, I love grape soda. Thanks. No problem. Sunny meant to get it for you earlier, but I had something different in mind. He gave a smug grin. He has a smug grin on his face. Shit. Yeah, you decided to scare me half to death. Come on, live a little. I roll my eyes as I take a long sip of the carbonated heart attack in a can. In a can! Chalking the... Bleh. Jesus Christ. I am not doing good at reading this. Okay. Checking the watch on my other hand, I see that it's already nearing 1 in the morning. Okay. For the hour I've spent awake, I've gotten surprisingly little done. Great. You want to help with the other generators or what? Moon's expression didn't change. He just stares at me for a moment before speaking. You sound exhausted. I am exhausted. Shouldn't you take a break then? I take another sip of the soda, raising an eyebrow. And do what? Well, I have my hourly patrol to take care of. You could always tag along. Sure, why the hell not? Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Sure. Just as long as Vanessa doesn't see me, I guess. Moon's smile grew ever so slightly at my statement, but it seemed like more of a genuine smile than his gremlin look from earlier. And okay, but that was a genuine smile. Have you ever scared anybody? It makes you smile cheek to cheek, my guy. I doubt that'll happen. The Pizzaplex is a big place, so the chances of her running into us are rather small. I know, but still. Trust me, it won't happen. Besides, you need to take it easy for a while. You look like you'll pass out if you stand here for too long. Okay, I need to stop locking my knees, apparently. I'd love to, if I didn't have a job to do. The cable's still attached to his back. Moon hovers ever so slightly above the ground before approaching me. Not right now, you don't. Without another word, Moon wraps his arms around my torso before the cable lifts him up at least 40 feet above the ground. Cool. Nice. Holy! Panic, I cling to him as I stare at the ground far beneath us. Moon doesn't seem to react, simply navigating through the air, carrying me with him. Don't worry, I won't drop you. You better not! Moon clearly knows this place like the back of his hand, because it only takes around a few minutes for us to reach the atrium, with the giant holograms of the Glam Rocks still active despite the Pizzaplex being closed for the night. Yeah. We pass over a few security bots who pay us no mind. Occasionally one will look up at us, and then continue on with the same blank expression as every other bot. They could, Fazbear could have at least given them eyebrows. That would have been adorable. Actually, functioning eyebrows so that they can... That would be so cute. I eventually start to get used to being this high off the ground. Moon says nothing as he scans the area for intruders, thankfully seeing nothing out of the ordinary. Moon lands on a railing on the third floor of the atrium, likely about to change directions and head somewhere else. That is, until an alarm starts blaring from one of his speakers, and he suddenly turns to look in a different direction. Uh-oh. Hopping off the railing, Moon sets me down before hovering off the ground again. Stay here. One of the staff bots alerted me to an intruder. Before I can get another word in, Moon leaves, pushing off the railing to give himself a boost as he flies off. Cool. Sighing, I look up when I see another staff bot looking at me, seemingly confused. Oh, that's so adorable, you taw. Just guessing by the way it stops and tilts its head when it sees me. Yep, hi, wave to it, wave. It's hard to tell what these guys are thinking when they basically can't emote. Yeah, see, that's why I said they should have eyebrows. You'll tell me if Vanessa's nearby, right? The bot stares. I stare back. I nod in understanding before going to sit in one of the booths at El Chips. Staring at the menu on the other side of the small restaurant, I remember something important. I haven't eaten anything since, what, this morning? Okay, wait, hold on. Why am I doing an overnight shift, but also being awake in the morning? That's bullshit. What the fuck? Maybe that's why I feel so out of it. If only I could inhale the pictures of food on the wall. I try the next best thing and search behind the counter for basically anything that's edible. I find an unopened bag of nachos. Okay, wait, but this is like a taco place. You can't... The bag of nachos is not going to have any seasoning. Good enough. Head back to the booth, opening the bag of chips, and eating my makeshift lunch. Munch. Peering back into the atrium, the bot isn't there anymore. From where I'm sitting, it looks like the number of staff bots around seems pretty sparse in general. Maybe they're gone to wherever Moon is. Not that I know where he went, anyway. I don't think much of it, simply continuing to fuel up on chips while listening to the droning ambience of many bright lights in the atrium. I could feel my ears ringing from the silence. That and the sound of me eating chips alone becomes deafeningly loud. Yeah. This is how it feels like in the middle of the night when I'm at home. The lack of ambience is almost unbearable. Standing up, I go to throw away my now empty chip bag, one hand on my head as my vision goes blurry for a moment. Walking back to the railing, I lean against it, looking down and squeezing my eyes shut as I try to quell this nauseating feeling. Uh-oh, this does not sound right. When I open them again, my vision is still fading in and out while a strange red overlay seems to wash over what little I'm still able to see. I'm scared. Hello? I'm scared. Stumbling back, I look around for one of the staff bots for help, disoriented by whatever is happening to me. But instead of a staff bot, what I vaguely see approaching me from the right is a gray humanoid silhouette and two bright red eyes fixated on me. Oh no. No. Startled, I make a run for the stairs, hoping to find a staff bot somewhere nearby. My vision still hasn't fixed itself. In fact, it's gotten worse as I misstep and tumble down the first short flight of stairs. No! Son of a bitch. Cut. Starting off the final girl gauntlet off pretty damn good, I guess. Force myself back up, using the railing for support before something grabs back of my shirt. Fight back or hold on to the railing. I'm trying to think which one I would realistically do. I don't know, they're both pretty equal. Depends on whether I'm fucking... Listen, I have a freeze response, so maybe I'll just hold on to the railing. Or maybe I should fight back. Maybe I should hold on to the railing. Maybe I would hold on to the railing, or do I fight back? Fuck. You know, realistically, I think I would flail. I let go and try to swing at whoever grabbed me, missing due to my disorienting vision. I bump into the other railing before being dragged up the stairs by one of my arms, my attacker having an iron grip on it. Oh no, fuck. Looking up, I see someone clad in a gray rabbit costume, bright red eyes staring down at me with eerily large, unmoving black grin. Let go, you bastard! The sound of my voice is completely drowned out by the strange sound in my ears, the face of the person fading in and out as my sight continues to worsen by the second. Reduced to a ragdoll, it gets harder and harder for me to try and escape as I'm dragged back into L chips. The ringing is overpowered by the sound of my own heart pounding in my head. We're nearing the kitchen at the back of the small restaurant, blocked off by a metal door. I'm running out of time. Oh yeah, fuck. I try kicking my attacker, but they seem unfazed, using just one arm to drag me back as the other one wields a large kitchen knife. Oh fuck. They're going to kill me. I'm just barely able to cling onto the corner of the counter, trying to buy whatever time I can. Call for help. I try calling for anyone to help. Unsure if I can even be heard as my grip on the counter starts to flip. Staff bot, please! My attacker has both hands on the back of my shirt and is pulling hard. One of my hands slips from the counter. I can't hold on much longer. I'm going to die. Moon, fuck! Moon, help me! My hand slits from the counter and I'm dragged back. I'm practically clawing at the floor, but the costume stranger yanks me back before pushing open the door to the kitchen and throwing me in. There's no lights on in here, so I'm almost completely drowned in darkness as I land on the cold tile floor, save for the small beam of light coming from beyond the door. Looking behind me, I see that bit of light start slipping away as the attacker's silhouette starts to merge with the darkness, their red eyes being the only thing I see. Oh, fuck! And probably the last thing I'll see. Oh, fuck! The beam of light from beyond the door floods back into the room, and the gray rabbit is nowhere to be seen. My vision finally starts to clear up as I look towards whatever landed nearby. Huh? A different pair of red eyes looks back at me and lunges at me before two familiar robotic arms grab me and pull me back out of the kitchen and into the atrium. I can finally see clearly, and the ringing noise is completely replaced by my racing heartbeat. Flying back from the atrium to the daycare, Moon's grip on me is so strong that he's on the verge of crushing my spine. He finally starts to slow down as we pass over the daycare wall, the once eerie silence hanging over us. He makes a smooth landing on the floor, the cable on his back unhooking and retreating back to the ceiling as I'm placed on the ground. He doesn't let go, though. It almost feels like his arms are shaking. Or maybe that's me. I can't see his face. He's slouched in a way where my head is almost resting on his shoulder. Oh, fuck, I accidentally clicked. His arms finally loosen as if he just let out a relieved sigh before letting go of me. I myself can't find words for what happened. Whenever I open my mouth to speak, my mind completely blanks. Instead, I drop to the floor. My fight or flight is still kicked in, and my hands are shaking uncontrollably. Moon's expression darkens slightly. Does he want to say something? His faceplate turns slightly, and he walks over to something on the floor a few yards away. My flashlight. He silently picks it up and returns it to me. I'm pretty sure I can hear his fans revving up, and he looks like he is deep in thought. He sits down in front of me, resting his faceplate on the palm of his hand. Did she hurt you at all? I fidget with the flashlight a bit. Battery's dead. These are both the same answer. No, thank God. Good. I'm sorry for not being there sooner. It's fine. You could have died. Well, I didn't. You still showed up quickly enough that it didn't happen, so barely. Why do you care so much anyway? I basically just got here and, well, you barely know me. This is my job. I don't just look after the kids that come in and out of the daycare. Everyone that steps into the building is my responsibility. All his? Oh, that poor boy! And now, that includes you too, Damien. This poor boy! Someone get him a deputy! Moon suddenly gets back up and walks over to the massive doors by the desk. Where are you going? Locking this place up. Whoever attacked you is still in the building. I can't leave you alone here to go deal with it myself, and bringing you with me is too risky. I watch as Moon moves various objects in front of the door. From desk chairs to smaller play structures, basically anything decently heavy enough to barricade the door. Okay, but what about the fucking slide? Can't you just lock it? I already did, but I'm not taking any chances. Yeah, bitch, have you ever been in a horror movie before? There is no just lock it. I even know that. I get night terrors. I fucking throw the cat tree in front of the door sometimes. Because I'm a scaredy cat. Eventually, I'm able to stand up again and go over to the charging dock by the desk to recharge my flashlight. Damien? Huh? I'm guessing you'd rather get out of here sooner than later, right? I don't want to. I mean, that's scary and all, but you just barricaded the door, so... Oh, I've been wanting to answer these realistically, but I don't want to this time. You know what? To be fair, I would be paranoid as fuck when I went home, so. Not in a rush to leave by myself, really. I live alone, so. Oh. Still, you can't stay here forever. Well, whenever you want to keep going with the generators, just say the word. Right. I remove my flashlight from the charging dock, and sure enough, it works. I turn it on and point it back at the structures. Shall we? Moon nods, and we waste no time finding the next generator. Thankfully, it works just fine now. With that over with, we go back to the desk to turn the lights back on. Speaking of, I wonder how Sun's taking all of this. Moon did say they could both see and hear everything happening, even if they're not the one piloting the robot body. I catch a glimpse of the time as I'm turning lights back on. 2 a.m. The daycare is slowly lit up, and as usual, the music comes back on. Even with the cheerful music, the mood remains heavy as ever. However, I'm given no time to think as I'm spun back around by a very worried Sun, frantically checking me for any injuries. Oh my gosh, are you sure you're okay, Damien? You poor thing, you must have been so scared. I'm so sorry we weren't there sooner. If only we knew, we would have... Don't worry, I'm okay. Sun, don't worry about it, I'm okay. Sun still looks guilty. He continues to check my arms and torso to see if I'm hurt, but at least he isn't pulling me around like a ragdoll. I have to worry. Keeping everyone safe is my job. If I can't protect one person, then... Sun is visibly distraught. His rays are practically drooping. Seems that didn't help much. I want a hug, bitch. It's a bit out of reach considering how tall he is compared to me, even when kneeling. But I managed to wrap my arms around Sun's torso, hoping that'll calm him down. Yeah. That would, me IRL be like, no, I suck with words. Hug. We only hug in this house. Sun doesn't say anything, but instead hugs me back. His internal fan's getting much louder. Oh, hello? He has one arm around my torso and one hand softly holding the back of my head. It's a gentle hug. It feels safe. We say nothing for a few minutes. I was trying to calm him down, but honestly, this hug is a huge comfort for me too. Yeah. No wonder they're trusted with kids. Even as an adult, I feel an odd sense of security around them. Considering what just happened, it feels nice. Question. Huh? What was Moon alerted to anyway? Oh! A little boy snuck in to see Freddy again. He seems irritated when he says that. Again? Yep, this isn't the first time the little rule breaker snuck in here. Something tells me that security isn't as strict as you would think, though if a kid managed to sneak in more than once. But if he just wants to see Freddy, then I don't really see a problem with it. It's not like the kid's hurting anyone, and I doubt Freddy's gonna let him get into trouble. Humph! He seems almost playfully bitter. What did this kid even do? Maybe I should ask later, though. I have to keep going with the generators. I don't get very far, though, before I'm suddenly picked up by Sun. What the? Where are we going? Sun manages to carry me with one arm, using the other to move various other objects in front of the massive door. Making sure no one's getting in here. Can't you put me down, though? No? After all that, there's no way I can leave you on your own now. Bitch, I'm not on my own. I'm right next to you. What if that person finds you here and we're not around? Sun, we're in the same room. If that person somehow got in, I'm pretty sure you'd notice. Looking up at Sun's face, I notice the cable lower from the ceiling and hook onto Sun's back. You heard, Moon. We're not taking any chances. We suddenly jerk upward, and I'm lifted into the air along with Sun, albeit much faster and more recklessly than Moon. Oh, hey, at least let me call Vanessa first. I don't think she even knows about that freak since the staff bots didn't react at all. Oh gosh, you're right! Okay, but we're making it quick. Sure thing. Sun suddenly changes direction in the air as we start heading back towards the desk. Jesus Christ. Can't I just use my radio? However, I think Sun tried dropping from his height way too early as we basically start free falling from towards the ball pit. Oh, Jesus. Oh, shit! Ah! Grab the boy! I am just barely able to grab onto Sun before gravity takes me. We're both tangled in the cable, though. Once again, we're stunned into silence. Just when I thought things were calming down, I feel my heart going a mile a minute from adrenaline, and Sun's internal fans are on full blast. I keep clinging on to Sun for dear life as we're slowly lowered into the ball pit. Clutching my chest with one hand over my racing heart, I'm able to get out of the tangled mess pretty easily. Sun is clearly having a harder time, though, just thrashing in the tangled cable. Sun, chill out. Let me get you out of that. No thanks, I'm fine. I can get myself out. I sigh, standing in silence for about a minute, as Sun fails to get himself out. Sun finally stops, his faceplate drooping in defeat. Do you want my help now? Fine. Alright then, hold still for a second. Getting him out of the cable isn't hard. Once I'm done, I unhook the cable from his back and let it retreat back to the ceiling. I give Sun a minute before I decide to speak again. You want to get out of the ball pit now? Yeah. I can't tell if he's upset or embarrassed at what just happened as we exit the ball pit and make the walk back to the desk. That's kind of why I don't use the cable, funnily enough. I usually just leave it to Moon. Oh, really? Actually, I kind of get it now. Not to diss you or anything, but Moon seemed to know what he was doing, I think. Yep, he has a lot more time to practice because of patrols, plus being active whenever the kids are sleeping. So, he doesn't go free-falling and end up tangled in the cable? Well, no, but I could do it just as well. Do it now or do it later? Want to try it again then? I can keep a timer for you. No! Wait, what do you need a timer for? To keep track of how long you can go without getting tangled. Oh fuck, I did the wrong one. No, I'm not doing that again. I can't help but laugh at Sun's embarrassment, all while the poor guy just crosses his arms and pouts. Okay, you don't have to do that. Just felt like messing with you, that's all. I playfully roll my eyes as I go back to pick up my phone. Glancing back at Sun, I pull up Vanessa's contact on my phone and hold it out for Sun to take. You want to call Vanessa for me? I can work on the next generator in the meantime. Yes, please! Sun wastes no time grabbing the phone and calling Vanessa, and I leave him to it as I go to sort out the next mess of cables. Bitch. I fucking did the wrong one. I did the wrong thing. Listen, I misinterpreted what that answer was gonna do. Anyways. Standing up straight, I stretch my arms over my head as I glance back at Sun on the phone. He has the device held in front of him, probably on speaker mode, and he seems concerned? Not that I was really paying attention to what he was doing just now. There's no need for that. I'm sure you'll see what I mean if you look at the cameras. Maybe not right now, but whenever you have the time. He's waving his other hand in front of him nervously, and his rays have shrunk a little bit. What did Vanessa say to him? Sun glances over at me for a moment before Vanessa starts talking again, and he sets his attention back on the phone. If something really did happen, the staff bots would have let me know. But what if they don't? That shouldn't be possible. I'd believe it if it was just one bot, but there's no way that many of them would just stop working out of nowhere. Well, what if they didn't think the person was dangerous? Sun, that's not possible. They're supposed to go if they see someone that shouldn't be there. Look, I don't want to completely rule out what you're saying, but what you're telling me just doesn't add up. I'll ask Damien about it later. I have to go check on the kid again. Before Sun can respond, Vanessa hangs up. His arms drop in defeat as I make my way over to him, and he hands back the phone. You okay? Sun forces a smile and waves his hands in front of him nonchalantly. Yeah, I'm fine. Just worried? Yeah, no kidding. She thought it was a little weird. She thought it was this weird bug we had a while back. That maybe it was making me see things that weren't there? A bug? It's a long story. But she thought maybe I was hallucinating a rabbit we used to have here. Oh, nope, go away. When I told her the person was dressed like a rabbit? What? Yep, I tried telling her that it was real since you were there and there used to be a rabbit here? Yeah. I don't know much about him other than his name was Bonnie and he was one of the glam rocks. Huh. Bitch, how do you start working for them and you don't know who fucking Bonnie is? Yeah, the others don't really like to talk about it, so... I guess that's something else we can ask Vanessa about later. Maybe? Remembering what I'm supposed to be doing, I put my phone back in my pocket and go to the computer to shut off the lights for the third time. Halfway there. Glancing at the little digital clock in the corner of the screen, I keep a mental note of the time. 3 a.m. I sigh, not wasting any more time and turning the lights off, watching as the room dims around me and my only source of light are the screens and the little charging station on the wall. Yawning, I step back from the computer. I know I have to hurry up and get this done, but now that my adrenaline is starting to wear off, I don't know if I can. I sigh and glance back at Moon, who's giving me a knowing look. Feeling tired again, Damien? Yeah. Probably a mix of adrenaline and sugar starting to wear off, I think. Maybe I was hallucinating the rabbit after all. I smile slightly at my joke. Moon, however, seems less than amused, giving me a deadpan stare. I clear my throat, raining the room, and taking my flashlight back out. I take my flashlight back out, making my way a few steps past the desk. However, when I look at Moon, I notice the cable lowering behind him. He points a finger at me as he starts hovering off the ground. Stay there. I'll be right back. With that, he leaves the cable, allowing him to maneuver over the barriers of the daycare and disappear. Shrugging and lowering my flashlight, I stay put. Not like I was going anywhere anyway. I eventually decide to sit on the floor with my legs crossed and my chin resting on my palm. Since I have nothing better to do, I look around at my surroundings. Several towers of stacked foam cans, the sparkling floor, and large cutouts of the glam rock animatronics that decorate the place. For a place that's full of kids during the day, it's weirdly organized. Probably because of Sun. He did say he never left this place, and I can imagine keeping it looking nice is a big reason why. I can't help but feel kind of bad, though. Sun and Moon's entire lives are in this daycare. I know they have each other, but I can't imagine spending all my time in such a small area. My train of thought is cut off when a pair of red eyes peer at me just beyond the barrier. I sigh, pushing myself back up. There you are, Moon. Are we gonna... A loud ringing hits my ears, and I jump, dropping my flashlight. What? Covering one of my ears with one hand, I try to pick it back up. And a familiar red haze overlays my vision. With it now back in my hands, I point it in the direction of the eyes. However, they disappear as quickly as they came, and the noise in my ears fades into nothing but the subtle ambience within the daycare. My arms drop to my sides. I hear the familiar sound of gears and robotics. When I look up, Moon is already re-entering the daycare. I'm not even sure if what I saw was real, or my mind playing tricks on me due to the stress. Either way, I try taking deep breaths to calm down my rapidly beating heart as Moon approaches me, the cable unhooking from his back and retreating back up. I wanted to do a quick check around the daycare, just to keep an eye on things. Oh shit, what the fuck? Also, I brought you this. He gives me an open can of Fizzy Fast, although reluctantly, I take it. And although reluctantly, I take it. So, nothing out of the ordinary? So far, no. That's good. He stares at me for a moment as I take a long sip of the soda. Somehow, it tastes even sweeter than normal. Did something happen while I was away? Huh? Your heart's racing. Oh, fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Well, Moon's expression softens as he waits for me to answer. I was over here, waiting for you to come back. And over there, I point to where I saw them, just beyond the barrier. I saw these red eyes. I thought it was you at first, but then I started hearing this loud noise. Moon's eyes widened slightly. It was the same thing I heard when that rabbit lady attacked me. So, Moon looks to where I'm pointing and takes a few steps towards it. Did it look like she was trying to get in? I don't know. She was just there. And right before you showed up, she just, well, vanished. I can hear Moon's internal fans getting louder. Hopefully, that means she can't get in here. Yeah, that would be nice. The fact that she knows you're here isn't good, though. You don't say! I take another long drink of the soda, using my other hand to point my flashlight towards the structures. Oh, I gotta get a drink. Having to read the text out loud is making me really thirsty. I've literally never played a sim game. Hello, my son. Meow. There you go. The boy. I get him. Get that boy. Get him, get him, get him, get him. Brat. Ah, delicious. You let me sleep too long. No. You tried really hard to get me up. Okay, here we go. I take another long drink of the soda, using my other hand to point my flashlight towards the structures. Shall we now? Moon tilts his head at me. Shouldn't you give it a minute? Why? I don't think trying to work with this level of stress is a good thing. Dude, I'm just flicking a switch. I'll be fine. I've managed the past 12 hours on like 10 minutes of sleep. I'll live. Moon gives me a bewildered look, sighing in annoyance. Bitch. He's like, bitch? Okay, we can check this one generator. Then you're taking a break. Sure. I begrudgingly give in, for now. Moon nods his head at the structures, motioning for me to follow him as he leads me to the next generator. I set the soda can on the ground by the structure before I follow Moon in. Am I making sure that my flux is disabled? Yeah, okay. He plops down next to the generator, looking over at me. Go on. I nod, putting my flashlight down so I can test the generator. The machine's LEDs turn green as the mechanisms come roaring to life. Good, no problems. I do notice that my hand holding the switch is shaking a bit, though. More than usual. Something wrong? What? You're just staring at it. Oh. I switch the generator back off and pick up my flashlight before making my way back out of the structure. Nope, nothing's wrong. I'm good. After picking up my soda that I left on the ground, I wait a moment for Moon to follow, lightly tapping my foot on the ground. Moon stands back up, albeit still slouching, and gives me a concerned look. Are you sure you're alright? Yeah? Why? Moon points at my hand holding the flashlight. I didn't realize it, but I'm gripping the thing way tighter than I thought. Yeah. Hey, friendly reminder, everybody. Loosen your fucking jaw right now. Do it right now. Loosen your jaw. I loosen my hold on it as I start walking back to the desk. See why I told you to take a break now? I roll my eyes. Yeah. Anyway, Moon stays silent, leaning back against the desk as I put down the soda and turn the lights on. I mark my progress and turn my flashlight off, watching as Sun sits on the desk, lightly kicking his legs back and forth. So, break time? Hi, Sai. I can't. I have to finish this. Hey, you said you'd take a break after that one. Sorry, but I can't keep dragging this out. Come on, Damien, please. I make my way to the cables on the floor, being extra careful as I go to sit down since my hands are still shaking. A lot. Bitch, I'm sitting. Oh shit, there's 6 of them now. Jesus Christ. Where the fuck? Who decided? What the? Sun suddenly grabs my wrist and drags me away from the wall. You're shaking! It's not safe to do that now! Technically, he's not wrong. Hell, I'm practically vibrating. Oh shit, I've been there. I've been there. That's not fun. You sure that was a soda and not an energy drink that Moon gave me? I notice Sun's rays are shrinking a bit, and he's avoiding eye contact. Sun, what did you do? Okay, maybe I put some sun drops in the drink. I thought it would help. He says it so fast that his words start blending together, but I can still understand him. Seriously? I'm sorry. Sun lets go of my wrist, staring at the ground like a kicked puppy. Uh-huh. I try to go back to the cables, only for Sun to drag me over to the desk again. Sun, really? I know I messed up, but messing with the cables and machines with shaky hands isn't safe! Oh. Fuck. You know what? Sissy, don't growl. He's just laying with you, man. I sigh. You really think so? Sun stares at me for a second before nodding. I raise an eyebrow at him, but I decide to stop resisting. Alright, fine. Sun doesn't say anything for a moment before suddenly picking me up. What? 1 second! I notice the cable lowering. Oh, good lord, not again. Sun, no! I'll be careful this time! The cable lifts us off the ground much more slowly this time. Okay, he isn't messing around this time. And he's also not panicked, so that's good. Since he's not rushing this time, the ride isn't nearly as reckless. We're only in the air for a few minutes before Sun steps onto the small balcony that leads into his room. Okay, why are we here? Just a precaution, that's all. Sure. Taking a good look at the room behind us, it feels oddly lonely compared to the daycare. There's a small staircase leading into the space, which is only faintly illuminated by the bright fluorescent lights behind us. There's some fairy lights strung onto the wall, but several of the bulbs are broken or dim. The floor is wooden and looks like it hasn't been swept in ages. And there's various random objects strewn across the floor. Plushies, stools, foam shapes, and other things. In the corner next to a small chair is a broken staff bot, its body mangled and its head ripped off. I hear Sun give a nervous chuckle, clearly noticing me staring at his, well, less than colorful living space. Welcome to my room. Oh shit, which one is the least hurtful? Real me wouldn't say a goddamn thing. I would not. I'd be like, yep, nice room, bud. Jesus Christ. Uh, which one's less bad? Okay, I think I'd be more concerned for his mental health, so... Huh. For someone so happy, this place feels sad. I don't mean that as an insult or anything, just the vibe I'm getting. No, I get that. Normally we don't get visitors, and we're so busy that we never really considered it. Huh. Well, Sun goes and plops onto a single beanbag chair in a corner of the room. Whatever you want to do up here, feel free. Okay. I look around a bit, seeing if anything in particular catches my eye. One corner is covered in various drawings, most likely from the kids Sun and Moon look after on a daily basis. There's also a few messy rag dolls and other little things made to look like them, placed neatly on a small table. Aww. In another corner, what appears to be a hole in the wall leads into another room. My eyes land on Sun again. The damaged staff bot rests in his lap as he tries to reattach its head. Oh no, this is so somber. Poor Yorick, I knew you. He doesn't even seem to notice me watching it at all. Seeing how careful he's being with it makes me wonder how that bot got up here in the first place. Maybe I should leave that question for later. Ask about the drawings. What's this? I point to the corner filled with drawings. Sun beams when he looks at it. Those are all gifts from the kids. Mooney and I have been keeping each and every one of them. Sun's head tilts, his fingers lightly tapping on the hardwood floor as he goes on about all the drawings and things the kids made specifically for him and Moon. Got any favorites? My eyes are directed towards a little felt plushie of Sun. The fact that it's handmade is evident, with buttons for eyes and dried white glue all over the seams. Aww. I can't pick a favorite. I love all of them. I stifle a laugh. That's sweet. Sun laughs nervously, but before he can say anything, the fairy lights give a brief flicker before dying out. Oh, come on! Whew. Oh, yep, see, there goes my flux. It's changing. Changing my world. Try it. It wouldn't if I did this in full screen. However, the problem with that is I can't see chat if I do full screen. Which I know nobody's freaking watching this, but still. I just watch as they transform into Moon, who seems surprised. Oh, those cheap lights probably burned out. Ah. I can't say I'm surprised. Don't tell anyone I said this, but the people in charge of this place aren't known to splurge. Nah, I'm not arguing with you. I will give them some credit, though. If it weren't for them being stingy, I might not even be here right now. What? Remember that bug we've been mentioning? I nod. Moon leans back in the chair a bit, facing the ceiling. If you want, I can tell you some things. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious. It would definitely explain some things. Like how Moon got the red eyes and why the generators are in the play structures. I nod before dragging a small cushion a bit closer to where Moon is and sit down. Where do I even start? Well... How did you deal with it? How exactly did you two deal with that bug? I'd say Sun was the one left to deal with it. The lights in here were kept on at all times, meaning Sunny was always active. As for me, I wasn't in full control of myself. So the bug mainly affected you? Technically. However, I would be lying if I said Sun wasn't affected at all. While the staff were using the generators to deal with me, Sun was left on his own for a while. I won't go into detail, but I can't imagine what that felt like for him. Sun would go weeks without seeing anyone, while still having me to deal with. He sighs, arms spread out on the floor as he stares at the ceiling. I should have fought against that bug harder than I did. Well, that certainly clears some things up, but it still doesn't answer everything. I still have no idea what exactly the bug did to Moon, but from what I can tell, it sounds pretty bad. That, and how the bug came to be in the first place, is still a mystery to me. Maybe now isn't the time to ask. You weren't in control? Well, you weren't in control of yourself, right? No, I wasn't, but then stop being so hard on yourself. I'd say you're more than making up for it now, and I think Sun agrees with me. Yeah, he does. Exactly. A small smile creeps onto Moon's face as he sits up. Oh my god, this is such an adorable fucking picture. Holy shit! I'm fucking dying. Help! Help! If only the rest of the staff were just as nice. What? Bitch! How are you feeling, though? I'm gonna start fighting some people. That's how I'm feeling. What? Is all the extra sugar starting to wear off? I completely forgot about that, even though that's why we're up here in the first place. I've stopped shaking, which is definitely a good sign. Yeah, I think so. Alright then. Moon gets up and walks to the balcony as the cable lowers to his level. Ready to continue? Yeah, 1 sec. Checking my phone for the time and any new notifications, I push myself up off the floor, one hand on the curtain-covered wall for support. However, I feel something stick to my palm when I pull my hand away. Peeling it off with my other hand, I realize it's a piece of paper that's likely been taped to the wall. What? What catches my eye, though, is one word written in bold black letters. Missing. I don't get a good look at the small poster before Moon's voice snaps me out of it. Damien? Yeah. I quickly cover up the poster with the curtain before speed walking to the lights from the daycare shining out onto the blah. Bitch, I can't fucking talk. Hold on. Let me take another drink. I'm not good at storybooks. Though if you ask my nieces, they think I'm hilarious. Mostly because I like to read things stupid. I remember this one time, my nieces were trying to go to bed. The oldest niece was fighting it. Because, she's older, so she's thinking she's more mature, blah, 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 blah. She's getting to the point to where she wants to stay up later. Which is fair, she is getting older. But she wanted someone to read her a story. And she brought the book into the kitchen where I was with her parents. And her mom didn't want to read, or her dad didn't want to read. I don't remember how it ended up in my hands, but it did. I would be lying if I said I wasn't annoyed by the fact that she was consistently trying to worm her way into the conversation and find ways not to go to bed. But it was also starting to, wind down, and I was not really, I was okay with going home soon. So, I took it from her, and I said, I'll read it to you, but I'm going to read it from here in the kitchen, so you need to go to bed. And she ran off, and I yelled at her from down the hall. I was like, are you in the bed? And she said yes. And so I started screaming the book out to her. Oh, she thought that was hilarious. She thought that was the greatest thing ever. And then I actually couldn't stop myself from laughing, so I had to stand up and actually go read her the damn book. And my brother, without me even noticing, took a video of me reading it to her. And yeah, so that was something my mother freaking fawned over forever. It's like, yes, I read a story to a child. I don't know why anybody's surprised about that. I can do it. I literally did it when I was in like 9th grade. No, 8th grade. 8th grade. You have freaking story time with the kindergartners for some reason. I don't know why they do it. But I went ahead and did it. And I did it. So, yeah, there's that. It's not like it's impossible for me to sometimes do things that are nice for kids. I just don't like kids. That's all. I mean, have you ever seen me talk to somebody that I don't know? Okay, that's me talking to a kid. I'm just like, yeah, sure. Okay, totally, we're gonna do this. Okay, bye. Anyways, back to the game. The lights from the daycare shining onto the balcony cause Moon to transform back into Sun, who waves at me. Ready? Ready as I'll ever be. Wasting no time, Sun picks me up and brings me back down to the desk. Okay, I was kind of hoping, though, if this was me for real interacting with Sun and we were on the balcony, I'd be like, hey, grab me and then jump into the fucking ball pit. No, it'll be cool. It'll be fun. It'll be so exciting. Do it! Oh no, now it's time for the... Okay. My mind wanders back to the poster. The only other detail I got from that was that the victim is 7 years old. Just a kid. So, what do you think? Huh? Of what Moon told you about that bug. Oh. It must have been hard for you guys. I think it must have been really hard for you two. Since Moon wasn't in control of himself, and you were basically isolated in here for what? Weeks? Sun sighs as he walks to the desk. Or as we walk to the desk, unhooking the cable from his back. I don't really like thinking about it, but yeah. It does make me appreciate how things are now, though. It also makes me appreciate having Mooney around, too. Not having him around for that long was not fun. I shrug. Hey, I'd say you two at least learned something from it. Not that it completely cancels it out, but, you know. Sun nods, smiling brightly as usual. I sigh, glancing at the remaining cables. I take my phone out of my pocket to check the time quickly. 5 a.m. Holy shit, we wasted 2 hours in there? Well, I'm officially pulling an all-nighter. Nothing I'm unfamiliar with. Okay, so now I get to fucking touch the wires. There we go. And then... This is such nice music. We love chiptune in this house. It's a really short one. Oh, I guess that makes sense. It's literally right above the motherfucker. I stay seated on the floor for a minute, stretching my arms above my head as I lay down on the cold, hard tile. Sleeping in that chair definitely didn't do my back any favors. I close my eyes for a minute to block out the fluorescent light pouring into my eyes. Not that it really helps. Hints of orange and yellow manage to break through. I stay like that for a minute until something blocks out the light. Opening them, I see Sun standing over me, hands on his knees. Are you okay, Damien? I toss an arm over my eyes. Yeah, all good. Need a hand? I hear his footsteps as he moves around me. A good enough sign to peek out from under my arm as any. Sun's giving me his outstretched hand. Cool, sure. Breathing out a laugh, I set my arm beside me and use my other to grab his. He smiles brightly as he pulls me up, putting his other hand on my shoulder for balance. Thanks. No problem. Sun gives me a pat on the shoulder before starting to walk back to the desk. I'm about to follow him, but I stop when I notice something. A few handprints on his back, along with bits of what I'm assuming is paint and marker ink. Sun? Yes? Is that paint on your back? Oh! Sun laughs bashfully, waving his hand. That's nothing. You know how kids are. Well, yeah, I figured. Does the maintenance staff help you with that, at least? All he does is fidget with his hands, eyes towards the computer. Well, that answers it. Eyebrows furrowed, I follow Sun back to the desk. The staff really can't be bothered, huh? Huh? I lean over the desk, resting both my arms on it as I look up on him. At him. I don't know, the way you've talked about the staff here, do they really care that little about you and Moon? Sun shrugs, trying to keep the mood up. Well, we're not for everyone. Some don't mind us, others do. But we try. Uh-huh. So, you're sure it's fine? Sun nods, the bells on his wrist emitting a soft chime as he gives me a double thumbs up. Mm-hmm. Huh. You'd think whoever's at parts and service would be more on top of things. Well, I'm sure they're busy. There's no need to bother them. Every part of Sun's body is giving off a different signal. His hands wave everything off, his rays shrink back, and his smile is forcing its way onto his face. Something wrong? No? I blink. Sun clearly knows that I'm not convinced. Just, they're busy enough as is. Wouldn't want them worrying about us. Is this about the bug? Sun's staring at the floor, one hand fidgeting with the ribbons around his wrists. He nods. Well, you want to talk about it? If not, it's... No, Mooney already let you in on it. It's only fair I tell you some things too, right? If you insist. Well, while the daycare was closed, we weren't really seeing anyone. And of course, the staff didn't stick around long when they had to come in here. They mainly stopped by to install the generators and make sure they were working to keep Moon away. And I heard some of them talking once. One of them asked if they really need to keep both of us around after... Oh, so that's why he doesn't like parts and services. He's still worried that they're going to get rid of Moon. Everything's fine now, I know that. I still can't help but worry, though. I don't know if I can handle being completely alone here. Moon did mention Sun being isolated for a while. But if the staff did all that just to keep Moon at bay... Huh. Try lifting the Moon. Well, you clearly don't like the idea of being separated like that. Sun nods. But hey, imagine if instead, Moon just had his own body. What? You know, you both get your own bodies and you don't do the thing where you switch when the lights are turned off and on, you know? I shrug. Sun seems to be deep in thought. If that happened, I can hear the gears turning, literally. Oh my gosh! I could finally hug him! I jump slightly, not expecting Sun to shout like that. Well, someone has his priorities straight. But yeah, there's food for thought. We can't eat, though. Really? Yes. Why would we? I heard stories about one of the Glamrocks eating trash. I thought maybe... What? Nothing. To be fair, that'd explain why their mouth doesn't open. Maybe I should try steering this conversation back on track. So, how do you feel about how things are now? I fidget with the scroll button on the computer mouse. Glancing at the time, we're already almost halfway through the hour. Didn't think my shift would include this much talking. At least that makes this job more interesting than sorting cables in silence. I can definitely say I like how things are. Feels nice knowing everything is mostly back to normal. That's good, at least. Sun suddenly grabs my shoulders and forces me to face the computer. Keep going, then. I don't want to keep you from your responsibilities for too long. Fair enough. I look back at the time and sigh as Sun sits on the desk again. For fuck's sake. I would have inhaled a whole bottle of melatonin pills if I knew I'd be up this late. Sun seems to do a double take, pointing at me like he wants to say something before backing off. What? Language! I raise an eyebrow, cracking a slight smile at his antics. Sun, I'm an adult, and there's no one around. I know, it's just force of habit. I snicker at that. Even when he's not working, he has a filter. That's cute. That's kind of cute, not gonna lie. Sun says nothing for a moment, his rays spinning as he sits cross-legged on the desk. What? I shrug, checking my phone for any notifications. Just the fact you don't cuss. At all. You definitely could. It's not like you'd get in trouble for it. But you just, well, don't. Well, I have to. I'd rather that than even risk saying something bad in front of the kids out of habit. How about Moon? Does he have a 24-hour filter? About that. I think the bug affected his filters a bit, so... It's not funny! It kinda is. Sun silently puts both hands on either side of my head before gently making me turn to face the computer before letting go. I roll my eyes, once cracking a smile at his antics. Once again, probably. Alright, see you in a bit. The usual. Lights out, moon's out. Sitting cross-legged on the desk. Huh? So, about that filter. Yes, I can say fuck. What about it? Good. I blink, not expecting that. Or at least not expecting him to do that so soon. Nothing. I step away from the desk, feeling a headache coming on when I start walking towards the play structures. Thankfully, it feels like a normal I only slept for 10 minutes headache and not a the weird rabbit lady is about to kill me headache. Never did I think I'd be happy for my headaches to be from a lack of sleep. As if this night couldn't get any weirder. Moon hops off the desk and catches up with me. Honestly, I think I deserve workers' comp for this. Because I'm definitely not being paid enough to barely survive nearly being murdered by a woman in a rabbit onesie. Don't joke like that. Right. Moving on. That aside, you'd be lucky if they even believed you. Moon makes a gesture asking me to follow him, and I tag along as he guides me towards the fourth generator. Not that it's your fault. They're just not what you'd call urgent. Again, don't tell anyone I said that. I'm not trying to get scrapped anytime soon. Yeah, good plan. I can faintly see the red light of the next generator behind the frame of the center structure. Just one more after this and I'm home free. One more and I'll get to leave. I'll leave not knowing when or if I'll see these two again. Might as well get any questions out of the way now. Hey, random question. Huh? Ask where the bug came from. If you don't mind me asking about the bug again, well, any idea where it came from in the first place? Bugs don't just spawn out of nowhere unless someone messed with your programming or something. Moon doesn't say anything for a bit as he guides me through the structure. I can't say for sure, but it was definitely some kind of tampering. You think it was malicious or just some sort of oversight? Well, it seemed very intentional, so I doubt it was just a mistake in my code. But at least we shouldn't have to worry about it anymore. We shouldn't? That's good. My mind wanders back to the poster I saw in his room. I'm hoping that I'm just overthinking this, and the poster being there is just an unfortunate coincidence. However, my thoughts are cut off when Moon suddenly turns and sits right next to the generator. Your turn, Damien. I nod, shuffling over and flipping the switch, listening to whatever motors and mechanisms are inside power on as the LED light flicks to green. 4 down, 1 to go. I turn off the generator as Moon makes a head start back out, and I scramble to follow him. Moon stands up straight, letting out what sounds like a sigh as he stretches his arm above his head. For a moment, I'm reminded how tall he and Sun actually are, just as he goes right back to his usual slouch stance. Moon notices me looking and tilts his head slightly. What? What a compliment. Christ, you're tall! Moon looks at me confused, like if I just asked if the sky is orange. That's it? Well, yeah, I didn't really think about it until now, but oh my god, you're built like a whole giraffe! Moon snickers at my comment, leaning back against the structure behind us. Should I take that as a compliment? Yes. Moon crosses his arms, looking down at me while he waits for my response. Damien? Oh. Oh no. Jesus Christ, why is he looking at me like that? This is very awkward for me. Yeah. I give him an awkward thumbs up as if I didn't just forget how the English language works. Moon shakes his head as he starts walking back to the desk. Cute. Jesus Christ. Am I really flirting with a robot right now? Yeah, bitch, I sure fucking am. Where's that gif? I sure am. Maybe it's about time I do some serious introspection. No, I don't think so. No more time. Or I pretend that's entirely normal and hopes that it happens again. My god, Damien, no! Focus! Fuck! No focusing allowed. I quickly snap myself out of whatever I was just experiencing. Of course, I follow him back, stopping at the computer. Last one, Damien. I know. Last one. Feels kind of weird knowing it's almost over. Earlier it felt like I was making no progress, and now I'm about ready to leave for the night. Glancing at the clock, it reads 6 a.m. With my hand on the mouse, I stare at the screen with the top option to turn the lights back on. Maybe it's just paranoia over something bad happening when I step out of the door, but part of me doesn't want to leave yet. Even though I already know I can't stay forever. I guess Moon caught me staring into space, though, as he waves a hand in front of my face. Damien? I blink, snapping back to reality. Huh? It looked like you were spacing out. Oh, well, you'd be right about that. We stand in silence for a minute before Moon speaks again. Damien? Yeah? Do you think we'll see each other again after this? I don't know what I can say to that. I don't make those decisions, but considering how kind Sun and Moon have been to me, it would be nice to see them more often. Actually, thinking about it makes me remember something else. Well, I don't make those choices here, but I know that the Glamrocks all have their designated mechanics. I just barely notice Moon's expression brightening slightly. Maybe if I get some more time here, I could ask about that? If it helps, Sunny and I could put in a good word for you. That would definitely help. Thanks! I look back at the screen, feeling a bit of new motivation. Ready? Moon nods, and I turn the lights back on, wasting no time going to the last few cables that need sorting. Oh, 8 now. Okay. Jeez Louise. Yeah, this is pretty normal, I guess. Well, at least this one seems a little bit more organized. You are this one, and you are this one. Before I can even move, Sun picks me up and places me on my 2 feet himself. Oh, okay. Looking up, I can see him smiling down at me, his hands on my shoulders. Hey, Sun. Hello! So, what do you think of my little designated mechanic idea? It's a great idea, but until then, please stop by whenever you can, okay? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Sun's expression brightens, his rays retracting and expanding in what I think is safe to describe as joy. We both stand in silence for a moment, and I glance back at the computer. All I have left to do is turn the lights off, test the last generator, and then I'm home free. I think Sun notices my gaze, as he lets go of my shoulders and lightly nudges me to the computer. Go on, Damien. I'm sure you want to get home, right? I shrug. It would be nice to go pass out for a few hours. What about you, though? Well, I won't be leaving anytime soon. I still have plenty to do to prepare for tomorrow when we reopen. It's already tomorrow. That makes sense. I decide to quit stalling and turn off the lights for the last time. Sun standing behind me as I do so. As usual. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's a sound that isn't good. As usual, the daycare is cloaked in a droning ambience, and I can clearly hear the attendant's mechanisms behind me as Sun transforms into Moon again. You ready? Moon nods, already walking ahead. Small question. Huh? Would you mind if we walked you out of here? Just in case that person is still around somewhere. As I follow him, I get flashbacks to just a few hours ago. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Thanks. It's the least we could do. The last generator is at ground level, so it doesn't take us long to find it. I still have to tell Vanessa about that whole thing later, too. That's true. Whenever I come back here, I'll keep you and Sun updated. Scooting over to the generator, I flip the switch. To my absolute surprise, despise. Damn it, I didn't want it to work. Okay, to my absolute surprise, it works. After switching it off, Moon and I exit the structure in silence. So, this is it, huh? Moon nods as he walks back to the desk. I follow. I look at the computer screen before glancing back at Moon. I want a hug. He freezes for a moment, most likely not expecting it. He eventually hugs me back, though, gently placing his hands on my back. We stay like that for a minute. I'm practically leaning on him, and I feel his hands lightly gripping the back of my shirt. I did the breath thing again. I do let go eventually, smiling up at Moon as I'm about to turn the lights on. Moon smiles back, his arms crossed. My hand on the computer mounts, I glance back at Moon for the last time tonight. See ya, Moon. Moon smiles slightly, his head tilted a bit. Goodbye, Damien. The daycare is lit up again, and I watch as Moon transforms into Sun. Not a word leaves his mouth. So, ready to head out? He shrugs, fidgeting with his hands. I guess this would be my first time out of the daycare, which is exciting. Yep. I go to pick up my stuff and make sure I'm not forgetting anything as I walk to the door next to the desk. Sun goes ahead and moves some of the makeshift barricade away. I gesture for him to follow me before I push the button on the wall, taking a few steps back while the door opens. As we're making our way to the nearby staff-only room, I glance back at Sun, who seems almost mesmerized at our surroundings. I don't blame him. He's never been able to see the rest of the Pizzaplex through his own eyes until now. The staff-only room is pretty mundane, but Sun is lighting up at every detail. He seems to snap out of it once we reach the exit, though. His eyes are back on the door, and he's back to fidgeting with his hands. Last hug. Dropping my stuff on the floor, I charge at Sun with a hug, making him stumble back a bit. He seems almost stunned for a moment before picking me up and squeezing me back, laughing. I lightly kick my feet back and forth in the air, just savoring the moment before I have to leave. Sun steps ahead of me to hold the door open, the nearly empty parking lot waiting outside. Thanks, Sun. No problem. After taking a few steps outside, I look back at him, waving my free hand. He waves back, as energetic as ever. Goodbye, Damien. Bye. I continue my walk to my car, hearing the door close behind me, and the faint sound of bells slowly fade away. I get to my car without any problems, placing my belongings on the passenger seat before starting the engine. I can feel a small headache coming on as I back out of my spot, but I'm sure it's nothing some sleep won't fix. As I'm leaving, though, I notice something in my rearview mirror. Or at least, I think I do? When I look, though, there's nothing unusual. Maybe I'm overthinking this. I decide I want to get home before I pass out behind the wheel, so I keep my eyes on the road, leaving the Pizzaplex behind me for the night. Well, I guess that's round one here. Alright, we will return to playing this again. Right now, I need to start getting ready for bed myself, for reals. So yeah, alright, have a good night.